Today, my ND3 Miata is at Sonoma Raceway for the last time, at least in this current configuration. I have Vitour Tempesta P1 tires. Keep in mind these have more than 24 heat cycles on them, so their peak grip is definitely quite a bit lower. We're going to be at least 1 second off the potential pace with these tires. That's in a 215 section width. They're wrapped around Konig Hypergram 17x8 wheels in bronze. We do have the Brembo BBS Recaro package with Paragon R5 brake pads in the front and Porterfield R4 in the rear. Also added brake scoops to the front to help with the overheating and the brake fade. Tecna Coilovers with sport springs, that's 8K, 4K front to rear, and offset knuckle bushings from 949 Racing to get additional negative camber in the front, which allow me to keep my caster around 6.5 to 7 degrees and my camber in the front around -3. Jazz seat lowering bracket and seat back raising kit because I'm 6'1" and otherwise there would be no chance of me passing the broomstick test in this vehicle. And my prior PB out here last time was a 153.5. I want to try to beat it today, even though the Vitour Tempesta P1 tires are getting older and losing peak grip. I want to just focus on the driver mod and see what we can do here. This is the first session of the first day in the morning. Track is cold, the brain is cold, so we're going to slowly ramp it up, but we're already at a 154.2. And now 0.3 up with a predicted of a 153.9. I'm also getting a lot more familiar with Sonoma as a track. It is one of my all-time favorite tracks. It has this beautiful flow and technicality and just rhythm to the track that I think a lot of the other tracks in the area don't quite have, or at least not to the same degree. This is actually my 6th time out here at Sonoma, and you're going to notice I'm getting quite a bit more comfortable. See the way that I drive the cars and the line I take now versus videos in the past, it keeps refining each and every time. Front tires screaming for mercy. Not the best line there. Could have pushed it a bit harder, giving myself a thumbs down. But you can actually see me drive a 992 GT3 RS on this track at my 5th time ever at Sonoma, and that car was so impressive and so incredible. Didn't use the full track there at 8A. That also cost me some time. But that GT3 RS, I managed at 137.8 on my 5th time out at Sonoma, and in 15 minutes, because it was a truncated session. It was an absolutely incredible experience, and what a machine. Probably hug the inside there a little bit closer, but it looks like we are on track to now set a new PB of a 1 minute 53.35, shaving 0.2 off my prior PB, but there's more to be had. Let's keep going. Subaru in front seems to be battling a little bit of understeer. No surprise. Thank you for the point by. And remember, when you pass, you're going to be compromised on your line, so make the adjustment so you don't go flying off the track. I've seen that far too many times. Now, this is session 2, and even though I'm excited to have hit a new PB with a 153.3, I know there's still a lot more time to be had because that PB lap still had multiple errors and mistakes and pretty obvious areas for improvement. So let's try to get sub 153. Using that compression, turn 3, and now 3A is blind. Missed the apex a little bit there. Didn't track out fully. Turn 4, one of the most challenging turns because it's somewhat blind and off camber. Some beautiful machines in front of us, C8 Corvette and a 991 Porsche. Now expecting a point by, and he just goes full throttle. And I'm like, bro, if I'm close up in your rear view now and I wasn't there 10 seconds ago, that means I'm faster. So let's put the ego aside and let's all be safe out there. And unfortunately, it looks like we're approaching a train. Now, one thing I always find interesting is on YouTube or on Instagram, people will talk about how their car is faster than some Porsche or Corvette or whatever. And this GT4 driver really parking it. All right, thank you for the point by.
What are you doing in the fast lane, dude?
when you grid with Lightspeed, they have this new system of having 4 different lanes depending on how quick or slow you are in that group. And I've always been the person that starts slow and then will slowly go higher up to faster lanes, but I think the majority of drivers will actually start with the faster lanes and then work their way down. And it just results in a lot of frustration like this. Now catching the C8 driver again, and now it doesn't mean that my Miata is a faster car, as I was commenting earlier. Most people say, oh, the Miata is so fast. Well, I mean, no, look at this line right here into turn 3. It's driver mod. And now, ooh, really parks it into 3. I've been now behind him for a full lap. Flashing the high beams to let him know, hey man, I'm trying to overtake. All right, you gotta lift, buddy. You gotta lift. I see a train in front of us. I'm not sure how that's gonna fare, but let's try to set a new PB right here, right now. Not the best exit out of turn 11, but we'll make it work. Carrying a bit more speed into turn 1. And up here, turn 2. We're already almost a 10th up. Having to correct because we're really at the limit of the car. 2 tenths up now just by carrying more speed in those first 2 corners. Turn 3, all the compression. Really get it. Late turn in on 3A here. Dance with the car as we crest. Use the full track. Now 3 tenths up. Looking promising. Ooh, some correction there. That lost us a bit of time. We now lost all of those 3 tenths advantage, but let's see what we can make up. Getting on the brakes over the crest, car gets a little bit upset, have to correct and catch that. Late apex to the carousel, getting on the throttle earlier to have a better exit. Only 200ths up now. Can we salvage it though? Not bad through turn 7, we're 1/10 up, although I think I could still tighten that up and gain additional time there, substantially so. Really dancing with the car here, turn 8 and 8A. Now getting us back to almost 3 tenths up. Uh-oh, all this traffic, come on boys. Keep going, because we are now predicted sub 153. And the G87 M2 parks it at the final corner. Even though we are 2 tenths up, we have a, as you can see, very frustrated. We have a horrible exit. $153.4. It's okay, we're gonna do one more lap here. Now we are in the next session, session number 3, still running in high intermediate, and there are 4 run groups. You have advanced, high intermediate, low intermediate, and novice. And I think, again, going back to this whole theme of ego, a lot of guys want to be as high of a run group as possible. So again, the same G87 and the same yellow GT4, me and the other staff had a conversation about bumping these guys down to low intermediate because it's actually safe when you have a very large speed differential. So again, for those who are out there on track, you want to have track awareness and, you know, give someone the benefit of the doubt. If you see them going slow once and you pass them, it might just be that they're on a cooldown lap or warming the car up or whatever. But if you see them across multiple sessions, and now we're several laps into, you know, this is now lap 3, and they're still really parking it, poor line, really not carrying enough speed, etc., then at that point, it may be a mismatch in terms of not being in the appropriate run group. And one final lap for one final attempt of getting sub 153 with my current setup. You guys should stay tuned because the Miata is getting several updates and upgrades in the near future, which means these lap times should be dropping substantially. Using the whole track, 3 tenths up already, turn 1 and turn 2. using that compression to get additional G-force on turn 3, cresting over 3A here, having to correct. As you crest, car gets light, of course. Kissing the apex at turn 4, using the whole track. Still not great, because we're now only 1/10 up, so losing some time there between turns 2 and 4, compared to my prior laps. Braking later and later into carousel to just carry more speed. And also allows us to set up for a better line to get on throttle sooner, carry more speed through the exit, because now we're again 3/10 up to my prior PB. We're at a 153 predicted. I want to get sub 153 though. Taking a wide arc here, using the full track, putting the berm right there. Trying to carry as much speed as possible through the S's. Quite a bit of correction there to catch the rear, which came out, but that was actually still faster than prior laps, because now we're 4/10 up. Not the best turn 10, we're down to 2.5 tenths up. And this is the game. You're generally not going to have a perfect lap. So your optimal can be a second faster than your actual best, because on each lap you have things that are not quite as perfect as in other laps. And it's about stringing them together. But there we go, across the line in a 152.86. I am happy with that, although again, I could be hitting lower 152s just by stringing together the optimal segments lap after lap. I'm happy, but I'm also very eager to now change and improve the suspension, the brakes, and get more rubber on the car. So stay tuned for that in an upcoming video. And oh look, it's our favorite yellow GT4 again.